What do you think? Good. Morning, everybody. It's Monday, September 12th, 2016, and I'm getting ready to head into work for the day. Before we get this day started, let's check the crypto report, shall we? All right. So there you have it. I mentioned last week that I passed the $1,000 threshold for my portfolio worth. My portfolio is worth somewhere around, a little over $1,100 or right around $1,100. And something that's been on my mind all weekend is maybe I should just start cashing out. And with trading and all that, I consider myself a pretty savvy stock trader and all that. But this crypto trading, for me personally, right now, it's just not worth it. I'm losing $100 at a time or something every time I make a trade. I listen to other people and stuff, and my buddy, he's like, oh yeah, Ether's gonna go up huge. So then I move over to Ether, and then it drops it may go up $1, but then it drops more than $1. So then I'm like, great, I just lost. Or I don't know. So there's just different moves that I've made that I was trying to trade Bitcoin for a profit, and I lost 0.1 Bitcoin. That's huge. That's $60-$70. So I don't know. In other news, I had installed my heater core, or hooked it up yesterday, if you watched yesterday's vlog. And I don't know, right now I just smell burning. Let me turn on my air conditioning too or something. So I don't know what that smell is, and I just hope it goes away eventually. So guess we'll find out, huh? So that's about it. I'm gonna be blinded by the sun up here while I have to try to turn out, so I'll cut this short. So stay tuned for more. What's going on, everybody? Just getting out of work for the day. It's a nice, beautiful day. It's somewhere in the lower to mid 80s right now. My car says 88 degrees, but it's just been sitting still in the sun, so it'll probably come down a little bit. But so what's going on today? Today was a pretty busy day with work and all that, and we had a very interesting situation happen with that video game that I play. So the game that I play is called Delta Wars. It's a RTS type of game, real-time strategy, and what it is a top-down battle type of game. So you're looking from the top down and you're commanding troops or planes, helicopters, and tanks mainly. So last night we were playing and we were doing pretty good. We won 4 or 5 bases last night. So what that means is there's just a whole level, and there's probably hundreds of bases on this one level, and you go in each, there's actual real people that control those bases. So then you fight against them and try to steal their bases or take control of their bases. So we got another 4 or 5 last night, and we're all excited about it. But while we were attacking and stuff, we would type in the game and say hey, let's go attack here. And whatever base we would say we were gonna attack, the other team would either send troops there or pull troops out. And it was very, very weird. So a bunch of us were what is up with that? We noticed that this was happening more than once. We're hey, we'll go attack a base over here, on the east. And then all of a sudden, enemy troops would just show up there. And then we're oh, okay, well now let's go attack a base over here on the west. And then all of a sudden all these troops would start either moving in or out or whatever from that base. And we're just that's really weird. So long story short, we thought we had a spy on our team, reporting back to the other team. So we were looking through our list of people. There's only 20 people or less on our team. So we're all right, who's new? Who don't we really know? And there was a couple guys. One guy's name was Dread, one guy's name was Z, and Dread has like only one base and it's on a different level or something. So we're like, what is this guy doing in our team here, you know? So long story short, me and another co-leader, I'm a co-leader, we kicked 2 people. We were just like, you know what? We need to get these bases under control. Let's kick these 2 people, and then we can re-add them if needed. You know, they weren't active at all. They only had like 2 bases each, whatever. So we did that, and then so we actually kicked them, and then we never saw the rest of the night any more like weird troop movements or anything like that. So we're like, okay. So like I said, we won those bases, and then this morning the leader, his name is Adam, A-T-O-M, he wasn't happy about us kicking those players, and he said, oh, you know, this is becoming similar to how the old team was, the one that we were originally on and then got off of because of various issues. So so what we did, so that was today, and so like our 2 leaders were like all mad and stuff and sad or whatever about, like, they're saying that our team is being divided and that it's like 2 separate teams or something, and they want to function as one total or whole team. So like literally since yesterday, I noticed the 2 leaders like took all their troops that were like scattered all over the map and like drew them all up into like the corner of the level at their bases. And me and a couple other guys were like, what's going on, guys? Is everything alright? You know, they're like hiding all their troops. And they used to have like a bunch of troops down helping us in the south, and no more of their troops remain down south. So we're like, huh. So me and a couple other guys were like, fuck it, we'll do the same thing. So we pulled all of our troops down to one other corner that we have bases in, and we're gonna basically see what happens. So like I said, the leader of the team isn't happy about whatever. He's from Germany, so there's a little bit gets lost in translation. But you know, we have real money invested in playing this game that we spent to play the game, and these guys are just being really weird. So the backstory was like, the leaders, the 2 guys, were gonna start from the north and conquer all those bases and come down to the south, and me and a big group of people were already in the south, so we were gonna work in the south and work up. Well, the leaders were like, hey, we need some help all the way up north, blah blah blah, and it you have to have fuel to move your troops across the map. It would have been like more fuel than anyone had to, like, basically no one would have been able to drive all the way up there. So because of, like, we were fighting down south and they were fighting up north or whatever, they were complaining today that like it's like 2 separate teams and this isn't what they want and blah blah blah. So we basically instilled like a ceasefire, so no one's attacking any bases today, and we're all like waiting to see why the leaders are throwing a bitch fit. I don't know. So very, very peculiar. I guess 90% of the team is more hardcore than the leaders. Maybe that's what it's about. And it's almost like the leaders want to be in control of everything. And maybe not in control of everything, but they want to have the most power. So they're seeing that like us people in the south that are fighting in the south are gaining more bases and will very soon become more powerful than they are. And very, 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 very interesting how this is all kind of playing out. And at first I was really pissed, really upset, but like, I don't know if you guys realize it, but like, I'm really a big fan of the human psyche and understanding like social, like I even perform a lot of social experiments myself. So I'm really curious to see how this plays out. So having said that, like, there's already a group of us that are like, screw these guys, like, if they're gonna treat us like this, we'll go and create our own team and we'll take them out or something. And you know, they're like, they want me to like lead the new team. I'm like, guys, like, that sounds great and all, but we're not powerful enough. There's not enough of us on like the same breakaway team to make this happen. But what really interests me with all these interactions and stuff is, well, one, you get like a mob mentality, which, I mean, you see that in the news all the time, but like, even like the video game, like one person starts attacking, then everyone jumps on like that target or whatever. But then like if a leader says something, like you can see like other members at different points get like their feelings hurt, and then it's like a lot of drama and stuff. So it's very, very, very interesting and weird dynamic, especially in a video game, because and I was thinking about this video game because I was like, man, like I'm a little bit stressed out about this situation with the leaders and stuff. And I'm like, why am I stressed out? I'm like, well, you know, it's because I have real money in the game. But I'm like, I've never felt like this in a video game before. And I'm like, well, it's because of the type of game and how it's set up. Basically, no one's safe. So like if you suck or you're not pulling your weight or whatever, and let's say you get cut from the team, you're screwed. Like even, let's say I think I have like 22 or 23 bases, which is a lot. But if I get cut from the team, the rest of the team combined has like 350 bases. So it almost doesn't matter how many bases I have or how big or bad they are. I could get snuffed out in a heartbeat. So I'm like, wow, this game is very interesting. Having said that, I'm not going to invest any more money until I figure out what's going on. I am not going to do anything more or anything further until we can kind of create our own group that's on the side and figure out if or when we're going to jump out of the main team. And it may be another week or whatever, but we're gonna try to figure this out. So it's very interesting, and the reason why I like this team that I'm on is it's global. So the leaders are like in Germany and Europe, and there's a huge group of us that are from the States, and actually there's a lot of people from like the Midwest. There's a guy in a couple guys in Indiana. There's a guy that lives like 30 minutes from me that just randomly found that out. Another guy's in Florida. So a lot of like really local people. But where I'm going with this is like, so we have a group in the States and then a group like in Europe. So like we can literally like have people playing around the clock, and that's kind of huge for defending against marauders or whatever, bad guys. So, but like I said, this game is fascinating to me because it's like you can really see people's emotions come out, and not only that, but like because it's team based and you essentially need a good team to get by, it adds a crazy element to it. So that's more or less what's been going on. And like I said, so like I've been spending a lot of money and just being stupid about this video game because I've just been obsessed with it, and the way the game is programmed or set up, you have to you literally have to spend money to be good at the game. But so I'm gonna see how this plays out. And I told the other guys in our little clique, and I said, listen guys, like this is a test. Like the leaders are like, all right, let's see who the people are that aren't gonna snap, you know, basically listen or whatever. So I told them, like, guys, let's do this. I'm like, for the last week, we've all been attacking down south. We've been wasting troops, wasting resources, and the leaders have just been like sitting up in the north, like doing jack shit. So I told them, I'm like, let's just sit back and not do any attacks until we see them attack, like enemies, you know. Let's basically do whatever they do. So like, if they're not going to attack people, we're not going to attack people. Because I told them, like, meanwhile, like, we can just be mining resources and pooling them or stockpiling them for use later on. Like, there's a reason why they're not doing anything right now. So they want us to like use up all of our resources and everything, and then they'll boot us or kick us or something. So what happened today was the leader made an announcement and said that, you know, he feels like the faction or the team's getting divided, blah blah blah. Everyone's beeping. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay. so the leader today like kicked, or not kicked, but removed all the co-leaders. So it was like me and like 2 other guys that are in our little clique. He removed all of us as co-leaders, and I don't really care. Co-leader status doesn't mean that much, but it has a lot to say about the leaders. Like, what, you know, I try to obviously understand people, and I'm like, all right, so we kicked all the co-leaders that have a little bit of power, and then the 2 guys that are leading, the leader and the like co-leader, I guess, but they're basically leaders together. They like took all their troops and moved them off to the corner, and what we're gonna see what happens. So I think they're, like I said, I just think it's a big test. So they're gonna try to like see what we do, in hopes that we waste our resources on stupid attacks and whatever. And me and my couple buddies, we got all of our troops down south, just chilling, and we'll take it from there. See what happens, I suppose. So I know it's stupid, video game, whatever, but you know what? It's what I've been spending like the last 2 weeks or so of my free time on. I really like these types of games, and I really like particularly Command and Conquer. I used to play that game years ago with my friends, and we would actually have LAN parties and everything. Problem is, like, they haven't released a new Command and Conquer or anything like that in a long time, so whatever. But yeah, so that's about it for the video game stuff. I'll stop talking about it. Maybe one of these days I'll do like a screen grab, and I'll kind of like record like a little video clip showing the game, and like I'll share it in here, and you guys can see like what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah. Let me see here. I'm about to get rear-ended possibly. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Traffic is horrible. I left work a few minutes early so I can get Grant today. And oh, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Grant got his first invitation to a friend's birthday party. So it's one of his preschool friends from actual preschool, and I think his name is Micah or something like that. And he's gonna be turning 4, so he's like loud noise with these tires. He's gonna be turning 4, but his so he's about a year younger than Grant. Grant's about to be turning 5. But I asked Grant, you know, I said, hey Grant, you know, you want to go to this kid's birthday party? He's like, yeah. So we're going. It's in the same city as us, and it's not very far away, and we're gonna go check it out. So it's from like 1 to 4 p.m. on Sunday, and I'm pretty excited about that. So that's the stuff with Grant that stresses me out like the most as of late is like the socializing part. So like, I mean, let's be honest, like typically the mother like bonds with all the other kids' mothers and like gets the kids to play together, and you know, knows all the other moms' phone numbers, and they all, you know, chat and have a good fucking time and whatever. In a broken home, that's like not really easy to do. And I don't have a ton of free time, let alone like I don't know how to explain it without sounding sexist, but I mean, let's be honest, that's kind of the way like that shit usually works. Play dates, all that stuff. Like I look at my friend Rochelle, my other friend Sarah, they're always getting their kids together to play, and they're getting their neighbors' kids to come over and play, and this and that. And it's just like, and you know, like afterwards I'm like, I should probably be doing stuff similar to that with Grant. But it's like, I don't even have my own fucking house. So it is what it is. But so I'm excited about this birthday party, and I gotta find some sort of Ghostbusters themed present for this little boy. Or clothes, I suppose, clothes. What else? What was it that I saw that his mom does? His mom does something very well off for a job. It was an attorney or something. I don't remember. But yeah, so I suppose I should cut this video short here. It's I've been talking for like what, half hour or something, or 25 minutes. But that's everything that's been going on with me. I feel a big weight lifted off me now that I'm like not going to be like investing as much money into the game. When you're not investing the money, that means I'm not going to be investing the time. So that's quite alright. I've spent way too much money on this silly video game. But in terms of the social experiment aspect, we're going to see how this all pans out, how this all plays out. And yeah, so it's interesting dealing with different people online, let alone, you know, different people online that are on the other side of the globe. Basically meaning like English isn't even their language, first language. So I don't know their language. They know 2, 3, 4 languages each, and I feel very ignorant. But well, we'll see. We'll see if we can work this out, right? Otherwise, game on, bitches. It's a girl driving it. I don't think it's a wide body conversion. And they'll blow. So like, Grant, what are you gonna help me do? We're gonna help finish picking up or fixing the car, and that way we can clean up the garage. Because Grandma and Grandpa are coming back when? Tomorrow. What are these called? Those are called keys. Those are for taking the stereo out of the car. And if we have time, we might even do that today. We'll see. Sophie's helping as usual. So today we need to move this seat back, but we need to install this lower bolster on this side. This is the glove box, and then we can put on this piece once we get this piece on. So. Oh. Yep. Sound good? What do you think?
You got all fixed right there where Sophie's sitting.
Yeah, I got it all fixed over there. Just a couple tiny little pieces to snap on there, but yeah, it's done. Looks good, right? Alright. Alright. What you doing? Oh, you got your super duper car? Alright, let's look at this. Look at those rear wheels. He's got how many back there, Grant? 4. 2 on each side. Cool. Let's see you move it. Let's see it drive. Let's see how well it drives. Go ahead. Careful, don't let it fall down those holes. Grant, don't put them in there. Grant. Okay. Alright, let's get your truck out from out top there, bud. Because you're getting the window all dirty with your hands. See the window? Hey.
I did right there and I didn't see a dot.
Are you being silly?
No dot.
Alright, no more, no more, no more. Alright, get your truck out of there. Silly boy. Thank you. Thanks, bud.